So, hello everybody. Thank you for coming.
You have, actually, it will be by questions.
Yes.
So, first one is the presentation. You have 2 minutes.
Okay. So, my name is Nick. I'm the first year master's student at the Polytechnic. And I would like to ask you, what is Ecole Polytechnique for you, for masters? You can say it's just studying. I don't think so. There is a lot of events at the Ecole Polytechnique, and my mission here is to show you how you can entertain during all the week, during all your working days. What do you every day, not every day, every weekend do at the campus? You're just sitting at the home, so I don't think it's a good idea. I will fight with it. I will show you that you can really take a good rest. You can really enjoy the X, not just like study, but just entertainment. We have to discover Paris. It's the first my point. So we have to see the lot of castles, the lot of good place, because Paris is a really huge city, and being together, being the one family, we can discover, and it will be more fun for us. It's not good to just go alone to Paris to take a picture. No, it doesn't work. Together, it will be really funny. With my team, I have already organized the sports events like football, volleyball every weekend. If you want to play another kind of sport, you will feel to contact me, and so we will organize the tournaments between masters and next between the engineers. We can see that master is really good player, and we will fight with him. There is a lot of business in the X, which I want to know you. There is really huge numbers of events like poker, like guitar, shopping, and the theater, orchestra. So there is a lot of really events, and you have to know it. Hello. I know all administration of X. Hello Lord Brun, hello Alexander Belus. So free feel to contact me when you have a problem with internship, with your documents, with passport, and other things. So thank you. It's all.
We have other questions for you.
Okay.
Okay.
So the second question is.
Yes, I think it's better to take the presentation.
We'll stay on the same question and we will go on to the other.
Okay. Thank you.
You have 2 minutes also.
Thank you, Alexander, and thank you, Nick, for a very enthusiastic speech. So, my name is Lorijn. I am studying biology here, but I think right now most of you know me as the person that made us start 15 minutes late, so sorry for that. I had a slight problem with the printer, but I hope it won't make you too averse against me. So I noticed that when I first arrived at the plateau here, I was really enthusiastic about joining the guests. They had provided us with a really interesting program, a lot of activities, but despite all this, I found it kind of difficult to actually know what exactly was going on at what time. If you arrive at a party, at a bow bar, or you start going to a BNet or another activity, you find that people are fun, easy to talk to. But despite all this, lots of master students still don't have much in, aren't integrating much at the guests, and I want to change this. I have noticed that a lot of master students are going to concerts, are visiting musea or castles, what Nick also was talking about. We find right now our own things to do in Paris and in the surroundings, but the guest is also organizing lots of very fun activities, and I think it would be a great idea if we could integrate that so that both the guests can have the benefit of us masters organizing great activities, and that we can also participate more in everything that's already a tradition and arranged here. I think I'm a good person to be master representative. In my studies in Holland, I organized the welcoming weekend for all the new students. So this was an event in which over 100 people took place, and in which we did loads of stuff to make all the people get to know each other and get to know all the other students that have been longer there studying. So thank you for your attention.
Thanks. Hello everyone. Thank you Lauren and Nick for your speech. It was very interesting. Thank you for your presence, because we don't know already that you will be here tonight, so I thank you for being here. So I just want to ask you a question. Why do you want to be here tonight with us to assist to that debate? I will answer for you. Because you want to change. You want to see a change here in Polytechnique. I will present myself. I'm Anas Lahlou from Morocco. I'm a master's student, and I'm here today to present myself as an election candidate for the CAS representatives. What I want to do in this first part of the presentation is present my program. I think you read my speech in Facebook group. So my program will have 5 axes. It's called Force. The F1 is for French. I will do many activities to improve your French, firstly, because I know that some students have come to me and they told me that they have struggles for French, so I will do activities to improve your French. The second axis is for organization. Yeah, I think the main property or the main task for the representative, organizing events and some parties here, because I know that parties, that's what you love the most. And thank you. And the third axis will be the reliability. I will be reliable for my tasks. I'm not being here to just talk and say nice words. I'm here to be really responsible of what I'm presenting to you tonight. The fourth axis, it will be the connection. That's the main axis that I will focus on, because I know I have this feeling, and I know that some master students has also. There is 2 words in Polytechnique. There is engineer students and master students, and what I want to do is to create that connection that Polytechnique lacks cruelly. And the 5th axis, it will be educational issues. I know that master students now are struggling with finding internships and maybe a PhD, so I will help you to find an interesting internship for your career and for your future. Okay, thank you very much for this first step, for this first part of presentation, and I will give the speech for Clément.
Guys, when we show it, it means you have 10 seconds and you have to finish.
Thank you, everyone. Now we'll go into the next question. The next question is, why do you think it is important to integrate the master representative to the CAS? And we'll begin with Lauren, and then Anas, and then Nikita. You have 2 minutes.
Okay, thank you. Actually, why I think that it's important that master students are integrated well in the CAS, it has 2 sides. For the first, of course, there's huge benefits for the master students that I already talked about. There are a million things to do on the plateau, going from games to parties, to sports, to dancing, to who knows what else. There's over 100 BNets right now being organized, with more every year. I have been to the Nuit-Sticks, which was a great party, the X Forum, which was a great chance to boost your career, to get looked at your CV. There are outings to companies. Well, so in short, there is a lot organized here, and it would be a waste if you didn't make use of that. Not only for fun, but also for your future career, and to just get to know all these people, and to get to know a lot of polytechnicians is also not a bad thing, in my opinion. But then there is a huge benefit for all these polytechnicians as well. We all come from different universities around the world, and we have all studied there, so we have a lot of experience in studying and maybe also internships, probably also working in a certain country. For the polytechnicians, studying abroad is a mandatory part of their studies, and I think about half of them do an entire year abroad. So if they would get to know you better, it would also mean that they have someone they know to ask questions to about what life is like in the city you came from or in the city you studied, what your university is like, whether you would recommend it. And this is also a big chance for the polytechnicians. So it would be a benefit to all. Thank you.
Thank you very much. And it's Anna's.
Okay, for the reason why we should have a master representative in CAS, I think there is three main reasons. The first one is that we are also a student in École Polytechnique, and there is no reason to treat us as strangers or intruders here. We are human, we are students, and I think we have the same rights as polytechnicians do. That's the first reason. For the second, I think to have a representative in CAS from master programs, it will give the school that international aspect and spirit that Polytechnic really lacks, because in CAS there is only French people, and I think to integrate a master one will give them that aspect, that spirit that Polytechnics to be a cosmopolitan school. The third reason, I think CAS is really impressive, it's really good, but I think we can expand the area of action of CAS. We could do some events maybe abroad or at least nationally. So to have a master representative is good for that, because I don't know, for example, if we elect a Russian or Netherlands representative, we can do some events in Netherlands, for example, in Amsterdam maybe, or Utrecht for concerts, or in Warsaw. Or in Morocco, if you elect me. And that's all. I think that to have a master representative, it will be good, not only for us, but for CAS also. And thank you.
Now, Nikita.
So why? Because we are a huge family. We are one huge family. Masters in engineers. It's out of question. We study together, we eat together, we drink together. So it's the same reason, the most reason to integrate masters to engineer. We are one family, we are not separated. After graduating, we have to contact each other to find a good job, to integrate the enterprise, because a lot of engineers now is the CEO of enterprise, so you will really have to contact each other. Also, the main thing is that masters and engineers can create one common project, like startup, because we are really intelligent, we are really motivated persons, like engineer and master, and we can create the one big company. And if we work, masters work with masters, engineer work with engineer, I think it's not a good idea. So it's also we have to become really one family. I want you to participate also in all parties, in all entertainments. And the engineers look at engineers, they really have a good rest. And masters, they only stay on the campus and do nothing. So this is a third question, why masters have to become like engineers. We have to separate, we have to destroy the separation between masters and engineer students. Look at these guys. They really have a cool, they have a boat, they have a good rest every night. Why we can do this? And my answer is that we can do this. We can, yes we can, yes we can. Thank you for you, and we have to integrate, we have to become the one huge family. Thank you.
Thank you. For your next speech, there will be 2 questions. The first question will be, which methods are you going to use to connect engineering students and masters? And the second question will be, how are you going to deal with the communication problems the masters encounter with French, for example?
2 minutes and a half.
For connection between us and engineers, I propose many solutions for that. The first one I've thought about is to create some teams from masters. Maybe we can choose 2 masters to be tutored by some polytechnicians, maybe 3 or 4. And that, I think, will help us for first one, to improve our French, and secondly, to understand the French culture, and thirdly, to do some relation, to create some relation between us and the engineers. And I think it will create a really good connection between us and the engineers. So for the first solution is tutoring. We can do that, it's really possible. Each polytechnician, or each 2 or 3 polytechnicians, will have the responsibility to tutor 2 or 3 master students. It's really feasible, and I think it will create a connection between us and engineers. For the second solution that I thought about is that big events in Polytechnic are always organized by polytechnicians, and that's really sad. For example, just to take an example of a Sticks Night, it was only organized by polytechnicians, and I think that if we integrate some master students in some important business here in Polytechnic, I think it will improve the connection between us and the engineers, because first of all, Polytechnic is only integrated by genius French people, I think, and they have done 2 years of hard work in preparatory class. So when they get here, they always want to party. So I think if there's a possibility to integrate master students, like for example in Sticks club or association, we can improve the connection between us and engineers. For the third solution, I propose to change maybe the system of the important binae here. I think there is some binae who are not accessible to us, and the engineers love to communicate mainly with those associative persons. So I think if they have some master students in it, they will improve the connection as well. And for the second question, it was about the French. That's right. About the French, I think it's one of the main issues of the master students. There is no communication. No communication can be done if the language is a barrier. So what I propose to do is to work in collaboration with the language center. Maybe we can improve the program, propose activities, for example, to improve French for master students. For the second solution to improve French, we could organize language events, for example, in Beaubar or Magnon. We could maybe eat together engineers and masters, because if you notice that when you are getting or you're entering the Magnon, there is tables just for polytechnicians, tables for master, and it's really sad. We can just organize maybe one time per week, common lunch between masters and engineers. And what we can do is to organize cooking class. So each nationality will present, will cook its specialty, and we can teach the French people how to do it. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Now for Nikita. You have 3 minutes and a half.
Okay, thank you. So, obviously, it's the common event. From my point, it's the excursion to the different city of France. The problems with engineers, they all speak French, and lots of parts of masters speak English. So to do this, we have to go go to another city, and like this, we will communicate each other. Because in the campus, we communicate only with our friends, only with masters communicate with masters, engineers in the bar communicate only with engineers. And when we go to another city, we will be really one group, and we must to communicate, to eat something, to cooking something, we have no choice. So it's a really good idea to integrate masters in engineers. Also, I will organize the sport matches that I have already said, like football, volleyball, maybe another, and mix the teams. Not play just masters versus engineers. We will mix the team, so engineers will play with masters and masters will play with engineers, and also in this case we have to communicate between each other. I have already said about Paris, where we must see the Paris, and the engineers can show us a lot of space. I have already speak with engineers, and they say that there is a lot of monuments, a lot of places that we can see, and they are ready to show us. So in the next time, it's a really good time. It's shopping. Lots of us, for example, you do shopping only alone or with the groups? With groups? So it's a good idea to do shopping with the engineers because they know the food, French food. They can recommend you the wine, to good wine, not drink something else. The really good wine, it's a really good cheese and another food. So I think this is really a good idea to do shopping with the masters. Also, I want to always participate in the parties. This is my mission for you because I really want to take entertainment for all of us, for masters, and to be the one family with engineers. So this is a really important point for me, and I hope it will be really realized in the future. Thank you.
Thank you very much. So you have 3 minutes and a half to.
Okay, thank you. Okay, this is going to be hard answering 2 questions. So first things first, how am I planning on connecting the masters with the polytechnicians students? Right now, I think the biggest problem we face is communication, because a lot of masters aren't even aware that all these things are going on around campus, or they realize really late. An example of this was the toga party that was organized last week, supposedly one of the greatest parties of the year, but I only heard about it 1 hour before it was supposed to start, and then it's kind of hard to find a crowd to go with and to create a toga. So communication is something we need to tackle, and I think one of these is by really organizing our Facebook group. Right now, some of the BNets really try to post things on the Facebook, but still you notice that these things get posted a couple of days later than if they were posted in the regular polytechnicians group, or not posted at all. So this would be a good task for a master's representative student. Moreover, there is a magazine in which all the activities for the coming period are detailed, and this magazine, I'm sorry, but I've never seen it yet in only masters living. So it would also be good to have this magazine more promoted widely, and maybe have a section of that, like a calendar in English, so that everyone could understand it. Also, I think to connect the masters more, it would be good if some more activities came from us, and this is also what others have been proposing, that we should organize more activities that are also open for polytechnicians. Masters will be more willing to show up if they know that their friends are organizing it, and out of curiosity, polytechnicians will come along, and this will also force them, it sounds a bit hard, to mix. Then, yeah, I have another idea for connection, but it's right now a bit late to start this. It's better done at the start of the year. I think best at the end of September, which is to really organize a day for the master students to participate in. A start was made with this year, but I think maybe an entire weekend in which there are lots of activities, maybe a party, so that all the master students can get to know each other. We'll make them also aware that there is a boat bar which you can go to, that there is a CAS which organizes lots of fun activities. Then the second question, I believe, was about the language problem, and according to me this is not the main problem we face with integration. In Holland, we had a 50% rate of foreign students in our master's group, and they integrated okay in our society. I think the biggest problem is not the language, because French people speak fine English. Yes, you do have an accent, but so have I, so has everyone for who English is not their first language. I found that if you want to speak English with French people, they are more than willing to talk to you in English. And I don't think this is the problem that we need to face. The problem we have is that master students are just not showing up at activities. So, yeah, this is the problem. Thank you.
So now, guys, it's open questions. So if you have any question, just feel free to ask, and I'll give you the mic.
More organizatory question. What can the master representative do? What is his power? I mean, you said what you want to do, but do you know how it is structured? I don't know how the cast is, how many people are sitting there, how they vote, how they decide, but that would be interesting. What is the power of the representative? What can he change actually?
The power that if you have what is the power of representative? If you have an idea, you can present your idea for us, and with guests we will discuss about this. For example, we can organize just an event for masters, and for example, it will be only in English. And for example, if you want to go with your friends by bus, I don't know, to the ocean, or you want to play something, and you have to take money. We can discuss with guests, and guests will help with the money. So this is our idea to the representative of masters to present your idea to guests. Because, for example, guests have a lot of another troubles and lots of other problems, and if it was have to one person who will say all of the guests, and so like this is a common point between us and our guests. It was your question?
My question was, will you also vote in something, or you're just a representative and just can mention we want this?
We have to show the master's problem to guests, and we have to think how we can resolve by self. So I know all administration, I know all the next events on the campus, and my mission is to show for our masters what you can do, how you can resolve your problems with, I don't know, with documents, with your entertainment, like this.
And just to explain something, for the Polytechnician administration, the representative won't have any official existence. However, at the case, we will be glad to work a lot with the master representative to build an official status for the representative for next year. So officially, the master representative won't be something big, but officiously, he will work a lot with us. If you want to say something.
Yeah. So your question was about the power of the representative in the case. Yeah. What it will change? I think it will change many things. For example, if you have issues, if you have struggles, if you have problems, you can just share it with the representative, and we will think together, me as a representative, or you, the student, we can think together about how we can resolve it. I think master students here have many problems, especially with the language, the connection between us and engineers, maybe some administrative process. Yeah, the OFI and maybe some papers, some documents. And I think to have one in the class will be the point of connection between master students and the school. That's the major issue that we are discussing tonight in that OFI. And what it will change, I think we can improve the social life, the life in the campus, because I have the feeling, maybe you share it with me, you have the feeling that we are two communities here in Polytechnic, and it's really sad. we do a lot of parties, maybe in our kitchen, in our building, and polytechnicians, they have their parties. So why it is like that? I don't know why. I think if we connect with the engineer students this year, it will be good for us and good for them for two things. For us, it will be connection with really smart guys. We could learn from them a lot because they have a lot of experience in maybe some fields that we are not specialized in, and for them we can give them that multinational, international aspect that looking for. I think it's really important to know that French people are. I'm sure that French people are people who are loving to travel and discover other culture. So if we present them our culture, our habits, our customs, it will be good for them to extend their knowledge about the world and be all citizens of the world. Thank you.
I think if you want to know more about the guests, it's best to ask directly one of the guests, because I only know the very basics. Like there is 16 people, right, that make them up, and I suppose you also know that just a new guest from 2014 got elected in the week of madness that happened 2 weeks ago, I think.
So that's one out of 17.
Yes, and I don't think this year it will be an official member of the guests, but I think that this is what you want to go to eventually.
You'll get a sweatshirt.
Sorry?
You'll get a sweat.
Oh, okay, so we will get sweaters because it's really cool. And I just think it's a good idea to have someone who knows what is going on around campus so that they can share it via all their channels.
Well, thank you. I have a question. It's, we understand that it's social life. How I understand in politics, it's like you must participate in business, and when you do it, you are in social life of politics. And now masters, I don't know masters who participate. And my question is, I know that there are a lot of traditions to come into the business in Polytechnique, and they have maybe 2 years, two years and a half here, and we sometimes 1 year, sometimes 2 years, and I can't imagine how we will do for masters that we can coming in the beginning. And if you have answer this question, please.
I'm a master student, and I am in 3B here. I mean, the X-Fundamental is a model of United Nations. It's one of the most important BNA here. We organize some trips, and I think we'll be inviting François Hollande, the President of France, here in January, I think. And in salsa dance, BNA. I learned salsa, so that's the main thing about salsa BNA. And I do theater, that's an interesting one. So I told you that just to make you aware that it's possible for master students to integrate association here. For example, for X-Fundamental model of United Nations, they want master students to be in their group because, first of all, the aim of that BNA is to do public speech in front of huge people. And it's done in English, and they think if they incorporate master students in that village, will be good for them. Firstly, for the English, and secondly, for that cosmopolitan aspect that the BNA is looking for. The second thing that I want to do, if I'm elected, is to incite you, to encourage you to integrate association here, because we learn a lot. We learn a lot of things. For me, I want to share you an experience that I have lived in theater. For me, I experienced some struggles in my life. I was not as social as I am today. So when I integrate here the theater, it has helped me to maybe express my feelings in the right way, to be more expressive, and that's, I think, is good for us master students. So it was just to tell you that if you integrate here an association, it will be good for you, and it's not impossible. It's really easy. You just have to contact the president by mail, and it will be happy to add you in the mailing list and to welcome you in the BNA. In fact, they are looking for that. Every association is looking for that. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. So my question is a common question, but it can test your intelligence. First of all, you are going to represent the master students, and you talked about the integration of the master. My first question will ask about the speakers, that if you can tell me how many master programs at the Ikore Polytechnic, and apart from Anas, who is our leader, I want one of the representatives to tell me how many REST students are in the REST program. Because I expect this as a representative, master representative, to know this information. Then you can continue. Thank you.
Can you just reformulate your question?
I think his question is first, how many master students are there in the REST program, which is one particular master program?
Yes, and how many all the program, the master programs, do we have here at Polytechnic?
How many masters here?
Yes.
Actually, there is no difference between master programs and engineer programs. All BNS is for all. If you want to participate with the BNS, you are the same as engineers. If you want to do something, you just tell a case and you do this. If you not.
No, but I want to know because I don't know the program is here. So if you can tell me, I give you the number, I will have the rest and what. Just number like 5, 6.
But I think yes, they prepared for the debates, but I think it's a very particular question about about the knowing some a priori information. Even the guess, we don't know how many master programs we have. So maybe you can respond, but I'm not sure.
Well, first of all, I cannot give you an exact number about the number of REST students. I've gone to several activities that were organized for REST, so I will expect your number to be around 50. I know that there are several other master programs like innovation and design, and that the X covers a number of M2, so second year of masters, for biology, chemistry, maths, physics, and also innovation, finance. Well, it's very broad. Then for first year master students like Nick and I am, we are following exactly the same courses as the X 2013 are, so right now the third year polytechnicians. And this can also be done in a number of fields, so biology, chemistry, physics, mathematics, applied mathematics, applied physics, I guess, finance. It's quite broad, and I, for example, am the only student who is not polytechnician who is in my master. So, makes you question. I hope it's an okay answer.
I have just a question about this year. You proposed many things that would work great on the fresh beginning, but now we already, the rest, for instance, the rest student, the master student, they already have groups. For instance, example, the football group, it's already established. How do you plan to open these groups again and integrate technicians into these groups as well?
So you're talking about the association mainly?
No, like for instance, we have some already established, not official, but established groups and activities that we do on a weekly basis.
Okay.
So how do you, because humans are very comfortable beings, so to
Okay.
open up again and to expand the group, it won't be spontaneous. You have to input something for that to happen.
Yeah, what we can do, for example, is to propose some activities that will gather those groups with other people who want to do the same thing with this group. That could be done in a party, for example, because when we do parties, the main goal is to integrate people into groups. So we can do that maybe in the pop bar, maybe we can do it in the manual. I think there is also always the possibility to integrate people into a closed group, if you want to say that. We are humans. We are always wanting to explore other maybe other mentalities, other guys, other girls. I don't know. I think it will be a good idea if we can do that. If we can open those groups to integrate some polytechnicians or some other master students as well to do the same activity that you already done. I think it's possible. It's just a matter of communication. We can improve that. We can do some maybe some training about communication, how to integrate groups. I don't know, but it will be I think easy to do that. It's not a major problem. I think. Okay.
And for example, me, every Saturday I play with engineers in volleyball, and we speak English, French, it depends. And my proposal is to invite the engineers, for example, football groups, and to mix it between each other, the players, and play the matches differently. So I think we will speak in English, but when she speak between each other in French, so you can understand something and say good thing to integrate. And so I propose to play with engineers, and here we will see that we can do because I have already have football teams and volleyball teams, and we Saturday it's at 8 p.m. we play in the T6, in the gymnast, football and volleyball. So if you want to play with engineers, it's really a good idea. It's your question? It was your question?
Yes, more or less. Yeah.
Okay, thank you.
Could I say something on it? I think your question, sorry, not so bad again. Okay, I think your question also was like, why would we want to integrate more with, for example, your football team, because it's already an established routine. I think there's a certain advantage that if you were to make an official binet or official activity of this, is that actually the CAS can grant you money if you have some fun extra activity to do. So yeah, if you would at some point like to do a competition against other people or something, then the CAS could help you to do this. Anyone has got another question?
Okay. I don't get some point. First of all, I have been here for more than 3 years, and I'm not really sure that for you. You said that the language is not really a problem, because you know that. I want to ask how many people in Netherlands who can speak English well like you, and how many people in France can speak language like you.
How many polytechnics do you have?
I mean that.
If you are looking at it on a nationwide scale, then yes, probably more Dutch people speak English than French people do. But we are not here somewhere. Well, we are actually a bit in the countryside. But the point is, we're surrounded by polytechnicians. Every one of them has to speak a good level of English. They are getting English lessons even now, and I find that whenever I try to speak to someone in English, they can answer to me, well, with an accent, but without any problem in communication. So I wasn't saying that people in France in general speak English, but I was saying that we are in a university here, and that everyone here speaks fine English.
Yeah, for the issue about French people who are not speaking English, I think for most engineers here, they have to have a good level of English because they will be working after 3 or 4 years, and I think now English is mandatory to have a good level in it. I've spoken with so many engineers lately, and just in English, and I think they have a good level. They are understandable. We can understand all what they say, even they have some accent. But I think they can express themselves and what they want to say in a clear way. Maybe there are some of them who have struggles in English, but that's the goal and the aim, to have a representative master in the case. We can do some activities that gather the master and the engineers. For example, we can do it in the Bobar. For example, we can organize a party. The French people will just speak English, and master we speak in French. We can do a sort of activities like that. It will be firstly improve our French, and secondly for the French people they can improve their French people they can improve their English. We can do that. It's really doable. What I wanted to say about the level of English of French people, I think French people have English as a second language. So it's just a matter of time, I think. We will just, maybe 1 month, to have all the engineers have a good level of English, so the language wouldn't be a barrier to connect, to integrate as master students in Polytechnic community. So I hope that I answered your question. Okay.
My answer is we organize just barbecue parties, and we will in any case communicate. Thank you.
And I have a second question. Maybe you talk much about activity or something like that. Do you have any idea maybe to have maybe some more serious activity, like maybe here, maybe 2 people come from biology program and 1 will come from environment. That's right.
I'm a renewable energy guy.
Yeah. So I think that maybe do you have any maybe idea to maybe if you have more serious activity, like now we have just finished the COP21 at Paris, or maybe the environment is a great problem for us. I mean that.
Yeah, I understand your question. Yeah. So you want more event that maybe matters some. So you want more event that, for example, talks about or that has as aim some serious issues like physics, for example, math, or maybe the COP21 that is going on here in Paris. I think it's we should, as a master representative and as guests, work in collaboration with the administration and scholarity, because we can't do that without them. We can do as well, if you want, some activities, maybe some contests, some games to improve our knowledge, maybe in physics, biochemistry, renewable energy,